to the crib, we can't dine in.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Go. 120! Three down. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Space to maneuver at the 40. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for, because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go! 15-1. Ready?
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Yeah, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Ready, go.
From the gun on 3rd down. Eason, he's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. From the 29, Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Push him back.
From the gun, it's Wentz. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
At the 42-yard line.
Down. 60 or.
56.
Watch 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
A first down carry for Smith. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
He's crashing. He's checking crack.
X3. 218. Chopper. Hey, Haywood. Get.
Looking to throw on second down. Eason. Complete. Smith has it. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
And it's third down.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
Now.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down, Atlanta.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Check out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On the set.
6. Mike's 56.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
There we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. Shotgun now for Wentz. Being chased, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 6-yard touchdown run as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Falcons take first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Eason. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready?
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. These two teams all tied after 1.
14-14.
Here we go. 8-3. Showstone travel. Hey, exit.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Ready?
2nd and 5. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a 1st down for the Falcons. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Rip left, rip left. Big dash, big dash.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Go, go. Hey.
To throw on 3rd down. Eason. And it's complete. Hooper. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Check 56. Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
On 1st and 10, Eason, he'll let this go for the end. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
A big play there out of Kamara. 61 yards that time on the ground. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. He finds his target. It's Schultz. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same.
And he's going to go down again. In for the sack, Deion Jones. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Will Lutz on for the field goal.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that'll bring him back within 4. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a throw here to his running back. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Rock it.
Now Ito Smith. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. To throw on second down. Eason, that's complete to Smith. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Alpha.
On 4th down, Eason throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Eason. They'll set up the screen to Smith. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
They'll run on first down. Smith. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
In my humble estimation, terrific work there defensively. Running backs trying to get wide, get to the sideline, and they beat him to the spot, forced him out of bounds, pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
By 56, by 56.
Looking to throw on second down. Eason. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bullet good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
From the 30 on second down, Wentz looking long for Thomas. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Let's get this.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will do it for this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On the ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Tighten down. There you go.
Back to throw. Eason, and finding the tight end Hooper. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Ito Smith with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They run it again with Kamara. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Slam, slam.
Let's go. Great.
Wentz will try again on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Wentz. He's got Smith here. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. Wentz. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it third down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Throwing now is Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
It sounds like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Falcons. They've got the football, they've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth.
8-3. Protein spill.
And to give this time to the tailback. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold.
This is caught inside the 15. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
I know there'd be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17.
56. Right there. 56.
6-6. Pull it high. Hey, high 7.
Mike's 56. 6 man.
From the gun, Eason. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley there to make the grab. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
We own them. We own them. Check 26. Check 40.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Thomas, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Set 90 Wolf.
56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Get it.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Go.
Motion, motion. 56.
Snap.
On 4th down, Eason. The open man is Smith. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Eason. Oh, he stays up. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, here's Smith. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Eason. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. That one looks like he'll throw here. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. In for the score as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
59. Saints 20.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And surprisingly, this is... And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The fake punt works to absolute perfection. And the Saints able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. Lutz will look to add the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and now he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15... the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Watch the run, watch the run. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
They begin with a run by Smith. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Sheldon Rankins on the stop. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Falcons, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead,